Hi everyone. This is gonna be a little off the beaten path. I hope that as far as recording this is not gonna be exceedingly long, but I hope you're with me on the journey. But I've been tagged, and I've never been tagged before. I've only just now been in that sort of prospect where you get a community of people that you really enjoy, and then they go, "Hey, you're cool." Tag, answer questions, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be answering questions. So this is definitely off the beaten path. This is not going to be a part of anything specific, but I want to try and make this as short as possible because I did a recording earlier and it was 20 minutes long, and I don't feel like keeping you that long. However, I will say I'll try to keep this short, but as genuine as possible. So you're not going to get you're not going to get much cuts from me. In fact, hopefully not at all. So we're going to jump right on into this. And if you want to know why so-and-so or this or that or the other is what it is, let me know down in the comments below. But we're going to get started. So, questions, obviously. Favorite movie of all time? If you got me 5 years ago, I would have said, hands down, Shawshank Redemption. I know. It's a depressing film. You talk to anybody, they say, yeah, it's a good film. It's not something you would want to watch on a rewatch all the time because then you'd just be a very depressive person. And I can be. But if you got me now, because there's so many more, there was Shawshank Redemption was like the top tier for me. It was number one for a long time. There were some great films that I really, really liked in my top 10, and they just shied enough to be like 2 or 3 or 4. But then more movies came out, hit their marks with me, and I mean, like, if you see right here, which I've never explained in any of my videos, so I'm doing it now, this is actually like my top 35. I think there's 35 films right here in this tier. Starting from the top down to the bottom. In the Loop is my all-time #1 favorite. Yes, however, there is one that if I had to choose one that wasn't overtly offensive or depressing or anything like that, something that puts you in a good mood, because movies are supposed to be a good escape and something that actually makes you feel great, I would have to say Master and Commander: The Far Side of the World. Definitely. It may make... I'll say 1, 2, 3. It's number 4 on my list, only because In the Loop is highly quotable and memorable and all that stuff. Master and Commander is just inspirational, just fun and fantastic. It's a bit long, I know, but I love Aubrey, Captain Aubrey, and he is so down to earth, and just he commands his crew very well, and I just thought he was fantastic. Favorite scene in that film? Okay, so just kind of going through a quick description. My favorite scene from that film actually happens during a pursuit. The ship Aubrey is commanding is called the HMS Surprise, and they're being pursued by their rival French ship called the Acheron. Now, the Acheron is a highly advanced ship and better in every which way, and it's tailing the Surprise. No way to shake them. Aubrey comes up with the idea to trick it, like their pursuit is in at night. So there are lanterns on the back, the aft of the ship, and they make a decoy to resemble the back, where they would have the matching lanterns and stuff like that. So keep in mind, this is nighttime, so they can get away with it. But, the Acheron is firing cannonballs probably every, I don't know, minute or so, and they're just shy of hitting the ship. And so they got the decoy in the back, and then they start matching the lanterns. And then, of course, Aubrey sends a crew member out there to match the lanterns. As soon as they douse the lamp on the ship, they ignite it on the decoy. And of course, they send it off, and it works. The decoy worked, and the Acheron pursues that instead, which was just so awesome. I didn't know what the hell was going on until it was finally done. And I was like, oh my god. And then what sealed it for me was when Aubrey gets his shipmate back, and he grabs him, and he says, "No, tell me that wasn't fun." And I'm like, that's it. I love this movie. It's it. It just took that moment, and I absolutely loved it. Okay, so favorite actors and actresses. Now, not going too deep into why or anything like that. I'm going to give you 5 male and 5 female. It ranges from loving their performance, love them who they are as a person outside of it. It ranges, but I'm just going to go through this. 5 male. Christoph Waltz, loved him in Inglourious Bastards. A few others that I thought were really cool. Peter Capaldi, Kiefer Sutherland, David Tennant, and John Goodman. Anytime that they're in a film or in a show, I'm there. Absolutely, 100%. And there are plenty of things I haven't seen of theirs, so that's neither here nor there. 5 females. Same principle. They go from being badass, they're beautiful, they're more than what they, what you think they'll be in a movie or whatever, stuff like that. Maggie Smith, Emma Stone, Helen Mirren, Kate Blanchett, and in recent surprise, Alicia Vikander. Like, I thought she was fantastic. So all of these women are just excellent. And if I can give like a bonus for male and female, for female, I would definitely say Haley Atwell, but though I haven't seen much of her. So, but Agent Carter was fantastic. So we'll leave it at that. And for a surprise male, what was it? Dang it. I had him and now he's gone. I'll definitely say Colin Firth. I could say that because every time he shows up, I'm just like, I know I'm in for a good time. So yeah, so bonus ones there. I'm so sporadic. I'm so sorry. Most annoying actor or actress. All right, so keep in mind something here. I don't like pointing out who's annoying or anything like that. I like to promote as much positivity as possible. And if I mention who is annoying, it only opens up the door for me to be picked at and said, well, I find you annoying for these things you do. Like you move your hands too much or you talk too much or whatever. Whatever. Be that as it may, I don't like it. But in this terms of questions, this is going to be painful. If I had no choice and just tell you who's my annoying actor or actress, I'll give you one of each. I don't like Clayne Crawford. He showed up in 24 Season 8 doing his thing with Diana Walsh. And first off, 24 Season 8 is not my favorite season. In fact, if you look at my channel, find 24, quick review, I gave it an F. I did not like it. And Clayne Crawford wasn't the reason for that. I just didn't like how he was performing. I didn't care for it. I can't exactly explain it. I know he's got some issues with Lethal Weapon. I know all of that. And that was before I knew any of that. There was something about him. Didn't like him. Next person, for an actress, Gwyneth Paltrow. There was a point that I did like her. I did. And then there was just too much behind the scenes stuff. There was stuff that I've heard and stuff that I've seen. And I was like, yeah, I don't like you. You're in Avengers for a couple of times, great, yay, and then is gone. But she's fine for the most part, but she does kind of annoy me in just the way her mannerisms and the way her attitude is. I don't like doing this. Let's move on. Best director. Okay, definitely 100%. I'd say it's a cliche, generic response, but Steven Spielberg. He is an inspiration for me. I love the way he shoots things. There's so much energy. From Jurassic Park down to Ready Player One, there's just been so many films of his that I've seen that just work for me. I love the energy. I love the sometimes the nonsense, sometimes where he does falter just a bit. It's still charming, and there's still something. He has a good time directing, and I feel like he's an actor, director, so you just know you're going to get the best performance out of anyone. And that's just what it is. Favorite guilty pleasure film. Okay, so this is, I'm going to be quick about this. Master of Disguise, it's a stupid movie. I know that. But it's so silly for me, it just tickles my funny bone just enough. Yeah, I know. I just probably lost some credibility points big time for you guys. And then the next one is Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. It works and then it doesn't work. It went in a direction that you didn't like, didn't want, and certainly wanted something better from. But it's a guilty pleasure, for sure. There are some things I really hate. There are some things I really love. And I'm just a big Superman fan at heart. So, there you have it. Favorite tearjerker? I really don't want to get too in-depth with this because then I'll start crying. Favorite tearjerker? Oh, Where the Wild Things Are was just such a great film, but the ending, oh god, it killed me. There are a few moments in Galaxy Quest that choked me up, and then the entire film of Land Before Time. We're done. We're moving on. If you want to talk about it, let me know down below. Um, Character from a movie that scared me the most. Now, let me be clear. I have not seen many villain films or villain characters in films that really went, oh god, I'm sick to my stomach. Oh my god. Like recently, Thanos, maybe. And maybe he should make this list. But in terms of film, there hasn't been one person that made me go, oh god, here he is. Oh crap. But I have seen where the villain will do something and you're just like, well, my character's screwed now. Great. This sucks. And that would be Warden Norton from Shawshank. Like you're waiting for him to do something good for him. Instead, he just keeps using Andy Dufresne, and you're like, yeah, he sucks. He sucks as a person, but he got what he deserved. Not Andy, but Warden Norton. And then Hannibal from Silence of the Lambs. 10 minutes, and he just left his mark on me. Like, have the lamb stop screaming, Clarice. Yeah, he's great. Movie that I love that everyone hates. You ready for this? I'm gonna just land it, and then you guys can get mad at me. 1, 2, 3. Doom. Love it. I know everyone else hates it. Let's move forward. Movie I hate that everyone loves. To my knowledge, everyone that I've either spoken to about it or have seen reviews of, they've loved this film, and I hate it. And it was Noah. Like, I hated Noah. Russell Crowe was great. Emma Watson was fine. Didn't dig the story after its third act. It was very bothersome for me. Not a fan. Favorite animated movie? I got 2 for you. Toy Story 3 and How to Train Your Dragon 2. Just actor or actress crush. Of course, being a heterosexual male, I have to mention a female of which I am definitely fond of. Hayley Atwell. Wow. Talented, gorgeous, amazing, sexy, beautiful, smart as shit. Oh my god. I would love to meet Hayley Atwell one day. I would just love to. I think she would be an amazing person to meet. I mean, a fat chance, hard pass, I'm sure, but I'd love to be her friend. Man, I think she's awesome. So, anyway, moving forward. Okay, so, favorite movie villain? The Joker. What movie surprised you the most? As of late, Solo and Game Night. Surprisingly enough, Solo, really surprised me. Surprising is surprising. And Game Night, I actually watched only a couple of days ago at the time of recording this, and it made me chuckle. It was definitely good. I think both movies are charming in their own ways. If I could go back in time and marry an actor or an actress from back when, now old, who would it be? Well, unfortunately, this actress is no longer with us. If she was, she would still be alive today. At least I believe so. But if I could go back in time, before things started falling apart for her, I feel like I would love to be somebody, a very integral person in her life. I think she would have been amazing. I think she would have been great. It would be Julie Garland. I loved her in Wizard of Oz. Ever since I was a kid, I thought she was amazing. I thought she was pretty and beautiful, and she was great. I liked her, and so in terms of this time travel question, without getting too crazy with space time continuum, I just think Judy Garland would be amazing, and I'd love to get to know her. And if we did hit it off, of course, I'd love to marry her, but don't have time travel. Certainly can't do it. So anyway, first movie I remember watching in theaters, and this is the last question, and I'm going to be letting you guys go very soon. Welcome to Jurassic Park. And going into the theater watching that movie was an experience I don't even remember. All I remember seeing at the time was the Brontosaurus, and that was it. But rewatching it, the memory does come back for me, and that was the movie that I saw in the theater. Upon rewatch, I would definitely say it was that film that just inspired my love for movies. Realizing that it was my first film is probably all the better for it, because I was just everyone looks back on that film very fondly, and it is probably the only film about dinosaurs that are fantastic. Just saying. But that wraps me up for. Well, don't actually wrap me up. That wraps up the questionnaire of the tag. Thank you, Mr. Fraser Job, for doing this for me. That was my poor attempt at Scottish. I hope not. I hope I have not insulted your ancestors. Thank you for tagging me in this. I figured I'd do it just to kind of keep it going. I'm not great at tagging anyone, so that will be me kind of thinking about it for a while. As soon as I post this up on Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff, um, it'll be there. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, anybody new here or anybody old who hasn't, follow me on Twitter. I'll leave a link in the description down below. I will announce who it is there afterwards, but I'm not good at it doing on the fly right now. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. I'd love to see it keep going. So keep it going, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I don't normally do this, but if you want me to do more of it, I will. I try to keep this as condensed as possible. But with that said, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time.